Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Wicked Bee of the West YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Stephanie Diana Eubank. I teach business administration over at Stan State, and I'm the sole proprietor of Wicked Bee of the West Business Consulting. So, I want to talk about something that we don't really discuss nearly enough when it comes to remote and hybrid work. And it's about who actually gets access to flexibility and who doesn't. The modern terminology for this is the concept of when remote work becomes leadership privilege. Remote work is now defining feature of modern organizations, but access to it is still uneven. In many companies, flexibility is quietly reserved for leaders and subject matter experts, while employees in non-management roles within business science referred to as followership, these people are still required to stay on site, even when their work could clearly be done remotely. That's not an operational requirement, that's a structural choice. Post-pandemic research shows a consistent pattern. Senior leadership retains remote or hybrid flexibility, while return to office mandates fall hardest on individual contributors. Remote work becomes a leadership privilege instead of a decision grounded in job design. In fact, leaders are often hired remotely or allowed to remain offsite indefinitely while their teams lose autonomy, even when physical presence has no measurable impact on performance. And here's where the tension really shows up. When leaders themselves aren't consistently in office but still require their teams to be there, employees notice. Engagement research shows that workers who could do their jobs remotely but are required to be on site anyway report the lowest levels of engagement of any working arrangement. That disconnect signals mistrust and increases power distance and slowly erodes the credibility of leadership. This finding was further found within my dissertation when asking remote workers and those in remote leadership roles. Both said that they would rather leave their job than go back to in person work, but leaders confirmed that they would prefer their their teams and those in followership roles to be in person while they as leaders continue to work remotely. From a structural perspective, this is a missed opportunity. Productivity has never been about proximity. It's driven by clarity, equitable access to flexibility, and intentional team design. When remote work is extended to all roles that don't require physical presence, organizations see stronger alignment between leaders and followers, lower turnover, clearer accountability, because everyone is operating within the same systems. There's also a bigger equity issue here. Employees in non leadership roles are more often likely to shoulder commuting costs, childcare challenges, and geographical immobility. Extending remote options reduces these pressures without increasing labor costs and helps organizations fully utilize the talent they already have. Remote work should be a structural design decision, not a hierarchical reward. When flexibility is aligned to be the nature of the work instead of the organizational rank, teams become more cohesive, trust improves, and engagement rises across all levels. Organizations that reserve remote work for leadership alone risk deepening a divide inside of their workforce, which those that applies to the flexibility, equity based on the work itself are far better positioned for trust, productivity, and long-term resistance. If we want remote work to actually work, equity has to be a part of the design. That's all I have for you today. Remember, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. And as always, remember, remote work, it's here to stay.